live stream. Taken care of there. There you go. A mystery solved a few days ago when I discovered that our friend Members Only Dave, who in addition to being a cohort here at iHeartMedia, is also one of Cleveland's premier DJs in the clubs. And that he has my bureau chief map. He just told me this out of the blue when I saw him last week, and all I wanted was for that mystery to be solved. And so he told me and asked if I wanted it back. And I said, I don't think so. I said, hang on to it and I'll get back to you. But he tweeted out a photo of him at home with the bureau chief map. And I just like that the people who don't know what it is just see a photo of him and a map with a bunch of push pins in it. That's great. Newest addition to the home decor. And it's lit well, So anyway, that whole thing. Alan, does this make me a Karen?
Ooh,
Somebody sent me a letter. Does this make me a Kyle or a Karen? Because it's from a guy. It's from David in Willoughby Hills. I was shopping at a large grocery chain that I won't name. I'll refer to it only as Big Bird. I had 8 items, so I was in line for the express lane, which has the 2 checkout consoles. Yeah, you're essentially working now at the grocery store when you go to the grocery store. They go, hey, don't want to wait in line? Why don't you become a temporary employee? You scan it, you bag it. And these days, you got to have your own bag. Like or buy one of theirs. Because a lot of these places have gotten rid of like the plastic or whatever, and you forget that. At least I do.
I forget it all the time.
I got a stack of goddamn shopping bags in my house, the Trader Joe's, the reusable
Keep them
bags.
in your trunk.
I know, but...
I say the same thing to my boyfriend.
I know, I just
Put it in your
forget.
trunk.
I know.
Put it in your trunk.
No trunk in my trunk.
I had 8 items, so I was in line for the express lane. He says 2 checkout consoles. I was next, and there was another woman behind me. The further of the 2 consoles became free, but before I could move, a woman talking on her phone with a full cart came from another direction and made a beeline right to the console. So he's like, thankfully, the other one became available, and I moved up. But I did say to her, I guess people in line don't matter. He called her out.
It's the right thing to do.
She turned and said, are you talking to me? I said, there are 2 of us in line. You cut us, and these are for 12 items or less. I don't know why anybody would go into one of those self-checkouts with a full cart, by the way. Like, that's when you let the other...
the world is chaos, and people do not care.
And I like chaos, but just for her own efficiency, I wouldn't think you'd do that. I think you'd want to put it on the belt, let the ladies... Anyway, the lady came back at him with, do you work here? And he said no, and she said, then don't talk to me.
Oof.
Right? She gave as good as she got. I probably could have been less aggressive and said something like, excuse me, maybe you didn't see, but some of us were already in line, but I was just so angry.
But also, he does kind of work there because he's in the self-checkout.
Yes! I've been deputized, ma'am. Do you work here? Yes, I do.
We all work here now.
Yes! People who use the express lane with clearly more than 12 items are awful, terrible people. And then he went over to, the customer service desk and said, if you could pass this along. Again, he really went the distance. There's nothing.
I don't know if I'm going to the customer service.
No, they're not going to pass anything along.
Because what are they going to do?
Right.
They're like, what are we going to do? Hire somebody else? Come on.
Hey,
talk to security.
It's not like they have a walkie to talk to the cart corrallers out there. Hey, tackle this woman. I'm really disconcerted, he says, at the lack of consideration for others. Hate the show. I don't think that makes you a Karen. I mean...
No, I don't think so at all.
I don't know that I would have said anything, but a lot of people would probably have done the same thing you did and called somebody out. Bill's called people out before.
I've called people out for cutting. That happened at a Target once.
Though?
I just go, there's a line.
I say that. Line's back here.
I go, line. There's a line over here. And they'll be like, boo. We go. I'm like, I don't care. There's a line. Get in the line.
Why are they
I'm a
doing
big enough
that?
guy that it usually they'll get back in line.
But I just don't understand, I don't know. I don't get that. You can visually see the line. Just be in the line. Just get in the line.
Because they do it
we
so
all
often.
Want to get out of here.
But they
just
do it
get
so
in the
often,
line.
and nobody calls them out. So they're taking their chances that nobody's going to call them out.
Huh. The thought is they do it so frequently everywhere else that nobody else calls them out?
Yes.
A lot of people won't.
They are, that's how they operate. they operate on that level every day, and when they get caught out on it, they're caught off guard. They're like,
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what the guy did. When I called him out, he goes,
Well, this lady said,
"Get
"Do
in
you
line,
work?"
Tim Allen."
This lady said, "Do you work here?" He said, "No." She said, "Then don't. What are you talking to me for?"
even if someone did work
I
there,
would have said, "I am the Big Eagle.
That's right.
My name's Bill Eagle. Get in line."
Yeah. But why take a full cart to the self-checkout anyway when you got to scan it and bag it? Like, if you got a full
'cause they
cart.
think they're cheating something. I think they're getting like out faster.
But you're not.
I can't use a self-checkout there anyways.
Listen, if I have a couple of items, if, it's a Saturday night or something, and we're
And you're
like,
partying, yeah.
and we're partying, and I got to get a couple of things, self-checkout. If I have a full cart, you go through the line. That way I can stand there. I can read People magazine. I can catch up on what Chip
You're
and
so
Joanna.
gay.
I can catch up on what.
He's gay.
I can pick up on what Chip and Joanna are doing. That's my me time, Poundcake.
Doesn't make you any less gay.
Stand there.
Yay!
People read that. It's always like back in the day, it was Jennifer told Brad to get out. Like, it's always so dramatic. Like, I have never once seen
Angelina's nightmare.
you know?
Either that or it's the Time Magazine 50th anniversary JFK edition,
Oh, my
It's
God.
like semi-hardbound and,
I'm like, how many times are they going to post Diana? It's like, who really killed Diana? I'm like, the bitch died. Who like, not,
Wow.
I'm just saying she's
Our
dead.
top winner in the showcase is gay.
Yeah, but you don't
Literally-
even remember when Princess Diana died.
Yes, I do.
You were in kindergarten.
I remember when she died because my mom had the Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
So did I. I
Shut
kept that
up.
thing
It
in
was
a
a
glass
baby.
case.
Wow.
How much is it worth now?
I
That
don't
one's
know.
got to be worth money,
It's
right?
in my hoarder house somewhere. Honestly, it's probably in whichever
One of the units.
storage unit I'm gonna get.
Sewage
My mom
units that
died.
you've got? All right.
I'm
You've
just
got a Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Somewhere.
How
yeah.
did they render her as a Beanie Baby?
It's not her. It's just a purple bear with a little
That
silver
represents her.
heart.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a commemorative.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
I think she's like an angel. Like, it has like an angel and it has like the crown over it.
Only person who
No.
ever got rich off Beanie Babies, by the way, was the guy who invented Beanie Babies.
Right.
That guy was a billionaire. Everybody else, he's watching these suckers trade them and people fighting over them in divorce proceedings.
Oh, yeah.
This is my retirement. Like, dude,
My mom had a
are
mound.
you insane?
A mound of beanie. We used to think it was like a part of her bedding, because she would have like her bed, and then it would be like in the corner, just like a mound, a pyramid almost of Beanie Babies, and we used to go lay on them. She's like, "If y'all don't stop laying on my Beanie Babies," I'm like, "What? They're softer, like they're pillows." They're like, "They're not pillows, they're Beanie Babies." We didn't think that we were kids. We didn't think that they were collectors.
Well, of course.
items.
They're tiny stuffed animals to you. Yeah.
So we just didn't understand it. So we would take.
But there was nothing to understand.
We would steal them all the time and just play with them. And she's like, "I'm about to whoop your ass. I'm gonna whoop your ass." You touch my Beanie Babies."
Those things were only worth something like in the heat of the collectability of those things.
There's that picture, though.
There were more people who got stuck with tubs full of Beanie Babies that were worth nothing.
There's that picture of a couple sorting Beanie Babies as in court
Oh,
Yes.
as they get a divorce. It's one of my favorite pictures of all time.
Those are two people that clearly have no children.
Yeah.
Because they got plenty of free time to argue about their goddamn Beanie Babies.
I love it, though. Also, my family, we didn't invest in Beanie Babies. There was a knockoff brand that my dad was sure was going to be the bigger hit, and they had little peas in them, like dried peas, and the pee-pee babies did not take off.
Those
That's a
were.
long way to go, Bill.
Well, he
No,
got
it's
there,
not.
though. He got there.
It's not.
People are asking if there's a self-checkout at the NASA store. Didn't you work there?
No, I just shopped there. And no.
It
Oh, there
says,
isn't. They've got a full manned
Yeah.
conveyor belt that you have to.
I mean, sometimes you have to wait because they're working on other things.
Like science?
Yeah, science and, other rocket-related things, but then they'll check you out.
Well, the consensus with our customers is that anyone who brings a full cart to self-checkout are only scanning half the items. But I would think that would be a big red flag for any of the actual employees there, too. If somebody pulls up, they're going to check your receipt or something. I don't know. That seems like a really obvious thing to do. to get up there. And, it's like people that would take a sticker off of a cheaper piece of produce and put it on a banana or something, and it would ring up as cilantro or whatever. Everybody looking to cut corners.
Because bananas are so expensive.
It says
Are those bananas? How expensive are bananas?
These bananas are too expensive.
I grabbed an impulse banana this morning.
I did too. I don't ever eat bananas. And you know what?
I like bananas, but I don't buy them because then I forget about them and they just ripen way too quickly. But I was getting my wife a coffee this morning.
Oh, you mean an actual fruit? I didn't know if you were just saying that you
Oh, no, he
tugged one out.
impulsed.
Yeah.
I was making mac and cheese, if you know what I'm saying. And no, I was standing there. I was getting my wife a coffee, and they had a basket of bananas. And I go, I'm going to have a banana. It was right there.
My boyfriend buys 5 bananas every week, one for each day of the work week, and he takes one with him every time. This bunch of bananas had 6. So today, I was sitting there, and I was getting ready to go to yoga, and I was like, what's a nice little pre-yoga snack? And I said, oh, there's an extra banana. And now I'm counting macros, so I had to eat it like friggin' you, because you have to weigh it without the peel on it. So I had to weigh it. And then
Who's
I'm
the dummy
this
now?
Stupid naked
Who's
banana.
the psycho now?
I hated
Not
every
AC.
second of it.
Hey, whatever. The chickens have come home to roost.
But I also had an impulse banana.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've got good news. I've just been informed of the code word for September
Ooh,
for
jeans.
CLE Clothing Company.
It's gonna be something stupid.
Massage.
Tomorrow, rub down. Tomorrow is the last day of August.
Allegedly.
A last day.
Suspension.
Last day you can use radio for 20% off at CLE Clothing Company. And as we edge toward football season, of course, you get yourself some new gear, whatever. And so we give you a word every month for 20% off. So starting Thursday, this will be your word.
I'm going to go.
It's not allegedly.
I'm going to go football.
It's not football.
Is it?
You won't get this one.
Yes, I will.
And I don't understand. Maybe somebody can tell me when I tell you.
Chili.
Not chili.
Spice. Pumpkin spice.
Not spice. That started today, didn't it?
Pumpkin
think
spice
so.
has been around for a few weeks.
No. I mean, Starbucks dropped it today.
Oh,
They
I don't
made
know.
a
I
big
think
deal.
they brought it out a couple weeks ago.
I had a pumpkin spice iced coffee the other day from the coffee place next door. It was delicious. Okay, the answer is sidewalk.
Oh, good for you.
It's not sidewalk.
Can you give us a clue? A
Yeah,
genre?
I want
a
a
genre?
Jean. I don't know what clue to give you because I don't know. I would need to know the context or the significance of this to be able to give you a clue, and I don't really understand.
Is it a root vegetable?
Gourd.
It is.
Potato.
It is not a root
This
vegetable.
popular genre, this
It is-
6-letter genre, this genre.
Buzz. B-U-Z-Z. Buzz.
I'm tired
For
of this.
20% off in September. I keep saying they need to
Lightyear?
let me choose the word,
Or like
but I don't know.
Aldrin? We just talked about him yesterday.
Yeah, maybe somebody over there was listening to the show yesterday. They're like, screw it, Buzz. Anyway, all September, starting Thursday, and there are 30 days in September.
It seems like they've gone off of the theme
Topical.
timing, tying in with the month, and just they're using random words.
But maybe they're not, and I'm not getting the significance of it. Maybe somebody will tell me. Buzz, anyway, B-U-Z-Z, is the code word you're going to want to use all September for 20% off over at CLE Clothing Company.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Your afternoon drive.